very appreciative of everything that has been done by the architects and every...
This is the historic landmark plaquing by the Matteson Historical Society of Mahler Services Incorporated on Sunday, August 2nd, 1998.
No newspaper clippings? Tell me just who it is. There we go. Okay. Mahler's garage. Mahler pictured in the 1940s.
Especially I want to thank the Mahler family for participating in this historic event, and that's what it is. It's a historic event. The Matteson Historical Society was formed in 1975 as our nation was gearing up for the bicentennial celebration the following year. And just 4 years later, in 1979, the Society plaqued the first 3 plaques of historical sites in the village. And they were the old Zion Evangelical Lutheran Church, which was erected in 1889, Detmering's Tavern, which was built in 1880, and the Hahn family home, which is across the street there from us. Is it that direction? Which was built in 1860. The other sites are Matteson Village Hall site, the Henry Gross Home and Harness Shop, which was on 216th Street, I believe. Is that the Lehman House across the street? The Village Barber Shop, which is still operating, also on 216th Street. The German American Bank, Maloney Tavern on the corner. Most of these are 216th Street. Then the Madison Public School site, St. Paul's Evangelical Lutheran Church out on Balmer Road, Seton Prairie, and the Seton Prairie School District 159 out on Balmer Road. I just want to interject here that we have some wonderful pictures, that we have a lot more at the museum than we were able to bring today. But we have some wonderful pictures on the tables here and on the counter there, and in the business office, and you're welcome to go in there later and look at the pictures that the Mahlers have on the wall and the things we have on the counter. The criteria for being designated a historical site is that an important contribution has been made to Madison history, either socially, culturally, economically, or architecturally. And we're here today to plaque Mahler's service and to celebrate what the Mahler family and the business have meant to the community through the years and what they still mean to the community. To present the plaque, I'd like to introduce a lady who's been instrumental, really a driving force in starting the Historical Society in 1975, and also in pushing forward the plaquing program, who's been an active person with the Historical Society through the years, Liz Goyak.
It is indeed a privilege to be here today to honor true pioneers in the American tradition, entrepreneurs. Imagine having the courage to start up such a risky business as a garage service station in 1914. Most people were wedded to the horse. They didn't want those fickle contraptions that were always breaking down in the middle of nowhere. But Arthur Mahler was different. He could see the future, and with the encouragement of his father, Louis, took the leap. Fortunately, automobile repair was nowhere as complex as it is now. All that was required were simple, basic tools, a screwdriver, a wrench, and I always say, a strong bat. The financial outlay was not substantial, but nevertheless, it took courage. So what was going on in 1914 that helps Arthur support his decision? Would you believe that on January 5 that year, Henry Ford announced he would pay his workers $5 a day, and Ford decided to operate his factory on 3 8-hour shifts to satisfy demand for the Tin Lizzie. He would employ 26,000 people. So Arthur wasn't so dumb after all. Other highlights that year, Cecil B. DeMille set up shop in Hollywood. The Marines killed 200 Mexicans in landing in Veracruz, and World War I broke out. By December 31st of that year, each side, the Allies, France, Britain, and Russia, and the Germans, had each lost 1 million men. 577,000 Allied soldiers were held captive. This doesn't even mention the horses, thousands of which were killed by German shells at the front. At the end of 4 years, Europe was ready too for mechanized war machines. Another footnote to this horrendous year, Notre Dame beat Army in football with the aid of Newt Rockne. But of special significance because of what is happening today, Congress passed the Plaquing Act, which permits organized labor to strike and picket. It was a Bill of Rights for labor, which to GM's chagrin continues to be upheld today. And history reminds us, the more things change, the more they remain the same. But back to the present. In 1979, the Matteson Historical Society first began plaquing classic homes and businesses dating back to the beginnings of the village. We honored Detmorin Zion Church, Hahn House, and so on. In 1979, 1914 didn't seem so remote, and we nearly dropped the ball. Here it is, 1998, and Mahler's garage is still going strong. They've taken out the gas pumps. All the full service people are now driving plus. But nothing else has changed. Fine quality repairs, reliability, congeniality continues as ever before. What does it take to remain in business for 84 years? Some of the reasons are here today. Melvin Mahler, who is in his 80s, still is involved, although his health has been deteriorating lately. Mel bought the business from his father Arthur in 1950. Melvin and wife Dorothy and their 3 sons, Mel, Tim, and Larry, who worked at the station all through their school years. Tim and Larry were active in the garage until 1984 when Tim bought out Larry's interest and Larry moved to New Mexico. Dean Niemeyer, Mahler's top mechanic, started working here in 1974 when he was 14 years old. Tim's daughter, Ann Mariello, worked part-time as a bookkeeper, and we thought it was cute that 6th generation Megan watches over the shop when Mother is present. Now there is another grandchild who arrived recently, and we wondered if she will ultimately visit the garage. But the women's movement is in full swing. Who's to say that one of the granddaughters might take over? If they can fly combat aircraft, why not run a garage? Can Tim hold it for them? He's still very young. Of course he can. But just think of it, being in business for 84 years. In the day of bankruptcies, mergers, plant closings, vanishing markets, service, reliability, being a good neighbor in a time of great change. When we talk about what life will be 10 years from now, not to mention 20, we wince. But hopefully, we can look at our friends at Mahler's Garage. The reliable mechanics, the manager, and the owner, Tim, for reassurance. Congratulations to all of you for a job well done, a tradition of worthy of true Americans. You are the stuff that helps to make America great. Keep it up, we need you. And now I hope Tim will introduce some of his employees so that we can also appreciate their efforts toward his longevity in the business.
And Roy Nader, the manager, is over here. Dave Chapman, Chris Doyle. That's it. Okay. Well, my mom and dad are here. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. My brother Larry from New Mexico is here, standing in the back. And my wife Donna.
And Larry, I want to present you with your plaque.
Thank you very much.
And we can put it out there.
Yes, in a minute we'll follow Tim out and we'll put the plaque up. This is, I do want to say, a temporary plaque because our plaque maker didn't get it back to us on time, so the real one will look much nicer. And then afterwards, on the counter right here, next to the office, right in that direction, is are copies of the profile that Liz wrote up on Mahler's, and also an interview that was done with Melvin Mahler, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. It's a wonderful, you can pick up 3 copies. There are also books there that the Matteson Historical Society has put out. It says $2 on there, but they're free, so just take what you want. And then come back to visit and to have refreshments here. So,
Under the window? Okay.
is Liz coming? We should have someone give him the phone. Wait.
Now, you gotta turn around for the camera, Liz. Okay, Tim, a little closer. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Say cheese.
What we're looking at is the employees from Mahler's gas station. For this camera, could you say your name, starting there? Thank you.
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna take another one.
We're looking at Village President Mark Stricker and Village Trustee Joe Vincent, Shirley Green, Denise Zahn, and Tim Mahler, sole proprietor of Mahler Service, Inc. This is great.
Really, it's very nice.
I want one of these.
I think it was, you're not taking pictures.
Sure I am.
I was afraid that
Taking a panoramic view.